nobody, nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Climbed to the highest mountain, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. Went down into the deepest valley, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. I went across the deep blue sea, couldn't find one to compare to your grace, your love, your mercy. Nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Lord of mercy, searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low. What a friend, yeah. A blessed Savior. What a friend we have in Jesus. Since when we to pray. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear.
Afternoon. Welcome to all my listeners and viewers. This is Rebel Radio. Wednesday, yes. And we have your plate filled this afternoon. Of course, today's day for food security. We'll be talking about that. And we'll be talking about the Middle East. We'll be talking about bombings, the fake bombings that we are having. Yesterday, businesses in New Kingston, the Meadowbrook High School, yes, those were shut down, the fake bombings. I haven't heard any reports so far this morning. Yes, but it continues to spread fear and anxiety in the society. Yes, it is. And Monday, you will recall that the Kingston Wharves was shut down. Yes, and that's a costly affair. Yes. Yes, so we have all these things to talk about. My listeners and viewers, the other important piece of information that two of those accused, two of the five accused charged in the kidnapping and murder of Member of Parliament Philip Parswell, baby mother and daughter, were sentenced today. Yes, and so they were sentenced to 20 years. They will have to serve 20 years, yes, at hard labor before they can apply for parole. Yes, that verdict was handed down this morning. I would also like to inform my listeners that an Israeli company, yes, an Israeli company has been awarded a contract to provide services to the electoral office. Yes, that is information that is on the news, and we wonder. I saw where Belize has suspended arrangements with Israel and has also recalled its ambassador. But we here in Jamaica, we seem not to be we put it this way, we are in tight relations with the Israelis. The Israeli-based company Pangea IT, which specializes in digital transformation of government and business services, has been awarded a contract. Let's hold it there for a moment. Yes. Mr. McClacken.
Yes, I heard you.
Yes. Are you going to talk with us now? We can talk for 10 or 10 minutes. Yes. Yeah, we could talk for 10 minutes.
5-10 minutes, yes.
Yes. Okay, listeners and viewers, we have with us SSP McClacken of CTOC. And Mr. McClacken, we invited him for us to, remember I spoke earlier on about that the series of bomb threats that the country is faced with now. And we at Rebel Radio, we see this as it is aimed at, spreading a certain amount of unease in the society right now. Mr. McClacken, what has the police discovered so far or uncovered so far?
Well, good afternoon to you and your listeners.
Yes.
Well, so far the investigations are ongoing.
Yes.
As you just mentioned, that there have been a number of bomb threats since last week, Thursday. So we are treating each of them individually. So we cannot at this point say that there's anything coordinated. So, but we have to go through, look at the the different emails, because most of them have been sent by email, although the content of the emails are basically the same, coming from the same email address.
Yes.
But we have to deal with them separately at the moment.
Yes. So all of these bomb threats you are saying they came from one email address?
Especially on the first day, especially on Thursday.
Okay. So how possible it is to trace that email address? The technology is supposed to allow you to do that?
It's not easy, because especially when it's an overseas domain, it's one of the hardest things to do, to get the IP addresses.
Okay.
There are some email addresses that people just create to make mischief.
Okay.
And they hide behind so their true identities at times are not known.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our local law enforcement teams, the JCF, the JDF, and we have our international law enforcement teams as well, especially the FBI, working with us to see if we can come up with the IP addresses, which will help us to find those persons who are behind these hoaxes.
Okay. So one thing has been established so far, that the email address or addresses is based overseas. That has been established firmly. Am I right?
It is an overseas-based address, but not to say though, that the person with email addresses cannot be sending these hoaxes locally. I mean, yes, sending these threats locally.
Yes.
Because if you for example, lived in the UK, and you have like a Yahoo.UK account, then when you come back to Jamaica, you could always send email using that overseas Yahoo account.
Yes.
Address.
Yes.
Right. So we are not ruling out persons sending it from overseas as well as persons sending it locally. So as I said, we are doing the investigation and to see exactly who are these persons behind these hoaxes.
Okay, yes, sir. And so far the police have not received any bomb threats today?
No, we have not received any bomb threat today.
Yes, yes.
I think the High Command came out yesterday, and a statement was issued, and I think persons are realizing the seriousness of this thing. So yes, I'll just leave it at that. That persons are realizing the seriousness of these things. And I know that when they are caught, we have one person in custody now, and we are looking at the others, and we will be working assiduously to find these persons and to bring them to books.
Yes. The person in custody now, I understand, is a St. Catherine-based businessman.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so far he has been linked to those bomb threats on Mondays, and you mean last week? Last week?
Not all of them.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
And so he went to court yesterday?
He went to court yesterday. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
I think he should return tomorrow.
Yes.
Right.
I can well imagine that these threats are putting a lot of strain on the resources of the security forces to be addressing these threats all over the place.
It has. And I remember on Friday when I was speaking to one of my officers at St. George's College, there were about another 10 or 15 schools just calling, waiting for their premises to be searched. We don't have that sort of resources to be doing are searching 10, 15, 20 schools at any one time.
No, I can't really imagine that.
Yes. You know, and when you look at even the towers yesterday, that's a big building.
Yes, of course.
A very big building. So that to search that building, you know, it's resource intensive.
Yes.
So it's putting strain. It puts strain on the security forces. It puts strain on the fire services. It puts strain on the health service as well. So you know, it's you know, for persons to be going around doing this thing, you know, it's very, very serious.
Yes, sir. Yes, and as you said, the investigation continues, but just early, are there any indications so far that it is a group or it's an individual who is behind these threats?
No, sir. As I said, we can pinpoint anyone yet, and the investigation is going on. So I think as soon as we're able to identify anyone or persons who are responsible for it, then we will let the public know about it.
Okay. And so far, Superintendent, you let me just drag your memory a little. Not too long ago, as a matter of fact, I think it was last month, the police found what was reported as a number of bombs at somewhere in West Kingston. Actually, what were those?
Those are some pipe bombs. Well, I have not seen them myself.
Yes.
I know they are at the lab to be examined. I'm not quite sure if they've been examined yet because I'm not close to that case.
Yes.
So hence I wouldn't be able to give much information on it.
Okay. Well, but if there were pipe bombs, they would still be relatively dangerous.
Yes, they are dangerous.
Yes.
Yes, they are dangerous.
Yes.
Any of those explosive, any form of explosive,
yes,
in the hands of criminals, are very, very dangerous.
Yes, sir.
Because it means that they will use it to destroy buildings and to take people's lives.
Yes, of course.
So they are very, very dangerous. So I can and I will get some more information on that and to where the investigation reached, but for now I really don't have that information.
Yeah, one final question before you go. Do you when I said you, the security forces,
right?
Based on the evidence gathered so far, do you get the impression that our gangs are becoming more sophisticated, and in other words, they are more right now more in line with terrorist gangs?
No. I remember some time ago I was asked the same question when Haiti was having its issues with their third generation gangs. And I mentioned that we do not have, our gangs in Jamaica are not that sophisticated, they're not that organized. And because of the splintered nature of our gangs in Jamaica, and they're more in it for finance, extortion, that thing, and they share that among themselves. So we do not see that level of organization. We do not see any alignment with terrorist activities. So the answer is no. We do not at this time anticipate that the gangs are aligned to any terrorist group.
Okay, and you describe them as local terrorist organizations, homegrown?
No. When you look at some of the murders that we have had, the beheading of persons, the killing of children, sometimes it's not a gang per se. Sometimes it's a one or two individuals that may be doing these things.
Yes.
But yes, as I said, there are incidents, that you can. It's akin to homegrown terrorists, but it's not as frequent as other countries.
Okay. Well,
and the police in many instances will get on top of those very quickly.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so, because the fear level in the society is very high, very, very high.
Right.
Yes. Yes. And where we are now, the level of crime that we are having in Jamaica, I have never seen that in Jamaica throughout my life. It is at a very high level. Yes. So I want to thank you very much for your time, and we will talk again, sir.
Okay, sir, you're welcome.
Okay. That was Senior Superintendent McLaughlin from CTOC. And as you heard, he informed us on what is happening with the bomb scares that we are having. So far, they mostly all of them have been fake. But it is still very serious. Yes, very, very serious. Based on what the superintendent said, that he described our gangs as terrorists. They are certainly spreading terror in the country. Yes, back to that contract to that Israeli-based company, Pangaea IT, and Pangaea IT specializes in the digital transformation of government and business services. And as I said, it has been awarded a tender from the government of Jamaica to replace the biometric system for the country's voter registry. Yes. And the deal includes the complete build-out of an advanced biometric system, training and maintenance services. Yes, we would want to know what is the cost of that contract, and there's been many questions around our government relationship with Israel. My listeners and viewers will recall that our Prime Minister went to Israel and met with the Israeli government, Prime Minister there. To date, we have not had a full disclosure of what was the purpose of that visit. There are some argument out there that the government is benefiting from some contracts with the Israeli government to provide them with intelligence apparatus. Intelligence gathering apparatus. We don't know if this is true, and the government has not released any information. What we do know that the government abstained from a United Nations vote 2 weeks ago when the United Nations voted to a humanitarian advance from the United Nations that Israel should, first of all, make it possible for humanitarian aid to reach the people of Gaza. And they should look about a ceasefire. Jamaica abstained from that vote. And, the reasons given were very flimsy. And so we observe what we can say from that situation and its dealing with the Israeli government so far is that we have close relationship. There's close relationship between the government of Jamaica and the government of Israel. The Prime Minister condemned the invasion by Hamas. You remember that, and Hamas invaded Israel and they killed over 1,000 persons and captured some. That was condemned by the Jamaican government. But so far the government has not condemned the response, brutal response from the Israeli government. From our reports, over 11,000 civilians, including children, have been killed so far. And the killings continue. Nothing from the government. We have not heard anything from our government so far to, indicate to us that, we don't support the barbaric action from the Israeli government. No, we have not had that. And this is something that is of concern to us. Yes, because we want to know, we definitely would like to know what is the situation, whether or not our government is in support of what is happening in Israel. And we are standing by to see what our government is going to say in relation to the bombings that is taking place. So far we have not had any, as I said, any serious response from our government at all. We have not. And we are waiting to see what is happening. Mr. Cochrane, are you there?
Yes, I'm Cochrane, yeah.
Cochrane, yes. Mr. Derek Cochrane is a retired Assistant Commissioner of Police. Yes, just hold it there for me, Mr. Cochrane, hold it there. I'm going to find some other person. Yes. Yes, we continue our discussion, as we're trying to exchange ideas and provide our listeners and viewers with information. Yes, Mr. White, hold it there for me, please. Don't move. Yes. So we have with us now retired Assistant Commissioner of Police, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Derek Cochrane, and public commentator, Mr. Lucius White. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Mr. White?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So, gentlemen, I know both of you have been following what is happening locally. We have a spate of so far fake bombings. I just spoke to the Assistant Commissioner McCloughan of CTOC, and he told us that so far they are working with their overseas counterparts to try and identify email addresses from where the threats have emerged. He told us that so far they have one email address. They have traced one email address overseas, but they have not been able to identify where it who is the owner or who uses that address. Mr. Cochrane, what do you make of this spate of bomb threats?
Well, bomb threats like murders, major traffic accidents, demonstrations, and things like those are of major concern for public safety. It impacts the public safety environment in a very negative way. And what these bomb threats are is a threat to detonate explosives or incendiary devices to cause damage, death, and injury. So what bomb threat does, is to have us in a panic mode and to keep us in a very iffy mood. And it's a very, very, very serious situation.
Yes. So far, today we didn't. The police has not reported any. Yesterday there were bomb threats up in New Kingston. Yesterday and Monday, but none has been reported so far. Mr. White, what is your take on these bomb threats? Mr. White? Hello? Look as if we don't have Mr. White. Mr. Cochrane, you are still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I don't know what is happening to Mr. White. I thought I had him, but he's not there at all. Hold a moment there for me, Mr. Cochrane. Well, let me try and search for him some more.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just hold a moment there, please. Yes. Yes, so we are talking about the bomb threats, that we are having around the country.
Hello?
Yes, I thought I had you there, but when I tried to get you, just hold for me.
Very briefly, and then you disappeared.
Yeah. All right, hold it for me there, please. Hold. Yes. You are there, Mr. White?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, hold it. Yes. So, Mr. White, you are with us now, right?
I hope so.
Okay. So, we also have with us retired Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Derek Cochrane. Mr. White, what do you make of these bomb threats?
I am really puzzled thereby.
Yes.
I do not believe they are serious, but you cannot ignore them. This is the stressing thing about it. Whoever it is up to mischief. I do not believe there are any bombs being planted, but you cannot afford to ignore the threat. I sincerely hope that they will be properly traced and appropriately punished, because the impact on the economy is tremendous, although the trick is maybe intended from merely mischief.
Mm-hmm. Well, let us, I spoke with Senior Superintendent McLaughlin from CTAC before you came on, and he told us that they have so far traced the bombs originated, the threats originated from an email address which is overseas. So they are working with their overseas counterparts to track it down and to find out who is using it so far. The other thing he told us that he wouldn't describe our gangsters as homegrown terrorists. He said they have not reached that level as yet. But I sincerely hope he's right. Right. Mr. Cochrane.
Yes, Mr. Richard.
So what you think our gangs in Jamaica would you describe them as terrorists?
They're not there as yet, but they're well on their way, you know?
Yes.
Because terrorism is to drive intimidation and fear into the populace. And we have a populace that is very fearful in terms of reporting crime. We have a populace that is, the criminals are less than 1% of the society. And we have the other 99.5 of us, or 99.9 of us, cowering in fear. So those two ingredients are met, fear and intimidation, but we are still not there as yet, where we can say they are terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
But we can see that some of the crimes that have been committed are not the usual crimes. They're not the run-of-the-mill crimes that we would have known so 40, 50 years ago, you know? And the hideousness and the barbarity of the crime. So these are some that let people cower in fear, and they try to wipe out family members, sometimes and friends who are innocent. So these are the ingredients that they are propelling the fear factor and the intimidation factor, which are very important variables in terms of a definition for terrorism.
Yes. Mr. White, you think we have homegrown terrorists in Jamaica?
Yes, I think we do, you know.
Yes?
Yes, but unlike the terrorists that we identify internationally, that is usually politically motivated, what you have is just sheer, if you want to call it retribution, revenge, whatever. And in pursuit of that vengeance, these people do terrible things, which would be similar to what the other terrorists would do it. But the motivation is different. One set of people are doing it for a political cause in which they want to get attention to their cause, while in our case, it is simply to show that I am as bad and wicked as wickeder than you, and whatever you do, I can do wickeder.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately for us, public confidence in our system do not encourage, doesn't cause people to give the kind of support which is necessary if we have to get on top of the situation.
Yes.
In other words, the old saying in Jamaica, he that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, is well entrenched and well understood. And by so doing, people do not say more than they need to say, and not to mention the fact that, unfortunately, for too long, people's confidence in the police is not what it is, because some people have experienced where they have made reports and in no time at all, the people who are reported on are able to tell them that they have reported them. And far too many people lose their lives who insist on going to give testimony. So the fear and the lack of cooperation from the public is real, and that makes it easier for those with unlawful intent to survive.
Yes. Both of you might have seen that two of the accused men in that dastardly murder of Philip Paul Will's daughter and her mother were sentenced today. And the sentences that they will have to spend, each will have to spend a minimum of 20 years in prison before they can apply for parole. That is what happened in relation to two of those accused. The other three persons are, as you know, still before the court. And yes.
We have a very peculiar situation in Jamaica.
Yes.
In that a lot of people are of the opinion that the death sentence or capital punishment, as we call the death sentence, is not a deterrent and hence ought not to be considered. The public at large, however, maybe 60-70% of the public is of the opinion that when someone commits a dastardly act of murder,
yes,
then that person has forfeited the right to life.
yes,
Now, those who are against the death penalty say, look, when you have taken the life of the accused, and if for some reason it comes to light later on that there was some error in the process or the information upon which the act is irreversible. So you should never ever implement the death penalty.
yes,
But the majority of people are of the opinion that anything less than the death penalty really puts a higher price on the life of the killer than the life of the victim. Now, until we do more to give people the confidence that the justice system will deliver the justice that the people desire, you're going to have what I think we are plagued with, a high percentage of reprisal killing.
yes,
Because even if someone knows who does a killing, they're not too interested in telling the law, because, all right, that person is going to be with us in another couple of years anyway, and their feeling of justice is, having killed, you should be killed. And so they go about and do their killing, which means instead of we have one kill, we now have 2 or 3 or 4 as a reprisal. And until we really get people's confidence in the system, and one of the real problems with the system, cases take far too long to be dealt with. And during that time, it always increases the probability that the accuser is going to get off. Mm-hmm. And when you take into consideration the amount of these things and the capacity to try them, it means that we have to look at the justice system as a whole, so as to not only deal with the cases, but deal with them efficiently to give people the confidence of using the system rather than using the alternative means, which ends up being terrorist in nature in some cases.
Mr. Derek, You think the justice we should be looking to alter the justice system so that it respond to the people's wishes, and I'm talking about the death penalty. You think we should reintroduce the death penalty?
Yes, you need the overall and effectiveness and efficiency in the policing system, in the justice system, and the penal system. All three should be done concurrently, because the penal system has not been overhauled for a long time, and it becomes an incubator for criminals, so to speak. But in terms of based on what is happening here, efficiency, some people say efficiency and effectiveness in terms of harsh punishment. But harsh punishments have to be done in concert with the Constitution and what the Constitution says. The moment we have killing that really shock public consciousness, is a kill, hang them, and lock them away for life. But it has to be done, as I said, in concert with the Constitution. Most times when security is threatened, and we tend to hide the security, is at the expense of human rights, And these two variables, they're moving opposite directions rather. So, what we see, what is happening in El Salvador. We know that El Salvador at one time, a few months past, had one of the highest murder rate per capita, per 100,000. And what it is to have a mass arrest. Over 70,000 young members have been arrested, and their rights were suspended. They are not given fair trial, and so their civil liberties have been suspended. And in terms of effectiveness, it has reduced their murder rate, and the homicide rate is about 2.2 per 100,000. And these things were measures were implemented March last year. But it is at the expense of what? It is at the expense of a person's rights, right? So as we tend to enhance security, persons' rights are aborted, so to speak. And now when we have persons' rights at the higher threshold, people, criminals know their rights, and they tend to be more harsh in their actions in terms of the society by committing these dastardly acts and murders. So what law enforcement has to do and what the judicial system has to do is to operate within these two parameters. At the same time, giving the sentence at a maximum, and at the same time, upholding people's rights. You don't have both of them going in the same direction at any one time.
Yes.
Let me hear to say that not even for half a second I would support or tolerate the El Salvador
solution
taking away of people's right purporting to give security. Things like that only allows for those with authoritarian and totalitarian tendency to get other people out of the way easily. And any numbers like that is really an oppression against the people rather than giving them security. So I wouldn't even entertain for half a second any argument about the El Salvadorian thing. And talking about the Constitution, the Jamaican Constitution does not have not removed the death penalty. The death penalty is in our law and the Constitution.
Yes.
It is there. But we will not implement it because the Privy Council will not approve it, and the Privy Council is not final just on the matter. No, we do not want to say that we are responsible, so we are happy to say that it is because of the Privy Council and it is because of this. We really don't want to do it. But this is what the people want. But I am not saying that our system, with the amount of errors and delays in it, gives justice to accused in general. And it means that we must address all of these matters simultaneously and stop hiding behind something else or somebody else.
Yes.
The truth is that we want to claim that we are in step with the rest of the world, but people who don't have their doors kicked down and people get shot under their beds can't tell me what sort of punishment ought to be meted out in the environment in which I live. If those people who figure that the death penalty is not a deterrent, I want them to show me one man who has been home who has committed any crime thereafter. What I am very, very strong on is that you must make the system be efficient so that you are not hanging people on speculation and false information. The evidence is there, it is clear, and if you have taken people's life with malice aforethought or robbery of his motivation and all of these kind of things, and it is proven, you have forfeited your right to live.
Yes. Gentlemen, I just want to shift focus a little. Well, I don't know if both of you are aware that an Israeli firm, an Israeli-based firm, Pangeta IT, has been awarded a contract to provide the local EOJ with services. Now, we don't know the cost of this contract, but what we know that this company specializes in digital transformation of government and business services, and it was awarded this contract. Now, we know, let us put it this way, our government, our Prime Minister visited Israel some years ago, and to date we have not been told what the reasons are, for that visit. But let me hear you. What do you think of this contract awarded to this Israeli company?
I can't say what is the modus operandi of this company, and what are the end games, or the outcomes, or the objectives of the award. But I must say that in this era of transparency and responsibility and accountability, something that goes along with that too is data protection, and that's why I think the Data Protection Act should be coming on stream, implemented. That person's data should be, companies have the right and to protect persons' data.
Yes.
So I know I can't speak in a very front way about what this company's modus operandi will be, but suffice it to say, I know that one's data, the government is that it's best at trying to make sure that persons who have a store person's data, those data should be protected as much as possible.
Yeah. Lucius?
Well, I don't know, and I don't know how many people know exactly what this contract is all about.
Yes.
I mean, just to tell us that it is going to deal with the electoral matters is certainly not enough for me.
Uh-huh.
One thing I can say that I do not have confidence in this whole process that is evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner or later, when the time is right, some of us will going to go through some very hard times. You're going to get some little hitch with your information, so your thing is not going through that. But sir, we can't go any further because that is the system. There's a rush to get cash out of the place. So you don't have cash, and there's a hitch on the system. Whether somebody read your thing and empty out your money, or somebody choose to create a itch that make you think, and you can't do anything, you can't make any move. And of course, I do not have confidence in those who are supposed to protect the system to tell me that they won't utilize the system. Just create convenient issues here and there, and it is chaos and suffering for those who they choose.
Yes.
We have, as far as I am concerned, the electoral system does not need any undue haste to be totally electronic side, if you want to use that such a word. Because the more you go over into the system, is the higher the probability of manipulation. And it is more important it makes the people, because if you're told that see your thing don't come up, or it come up and there's an error, in the meantime your whole life is disrupted. And it is there's always this possibility of malfunctioning of one sort or another, whether real or contrived. And we can use our resources to do more for our people and to make life better than to hasten these processes to put things in a state where somebody behind an equipment, I mean, whether you can buy bread or even go down to the supermarket.
Well, I want to thank both, and we have to leave it there. But we have to keep our eyes focused on these events, what is happening, because we certainly want more information. Yes, we will do. Yes, we want to thank you very much, Mr. Cochrane. Thank you very much, Mr. White. As usual, to be continued. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. This is Rebel Radio. Let us go for a break.
Everybody sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form line, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and walls, insect and roof. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 per room. Telephone 933-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
It's always saving season at Tools Hardware and Supplies.
New arrivals are here.
With variety and prices you love.
We have the best in porcelain and ceramic tiles.
Windows, windows, doors, and much more.
So what are you waiting for?
When you think of tiles, think tools. The one stop for all your home finishes.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
Or online at toolsa.com. Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware. All our sins and grief to bear. Oh, what a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. And with trials and temptation, is there trouble everywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Oh, yeah, a wonderful friend. A friend in need. Yeah. Jesus, our blessed Savior. Oh, yeah.
And we have been looking at this situation with the violence in Jamaica. And when you look in the Middle East, the level of violence over there, with what the Israelis are doing over in Palestine. We have with us well-known surgeon and public commentator, Dr. Paul Wright. Dr. Wright, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Desmond. Good to be with you and
Yes,
say
sir.
hello to your listeners.
Yes. Now, Doc, I know that you have been, following what is going on in Palestine. And like all of us, you would have seen, observed the atrocities. What is your take on what has been happening so far, Doc?
What is going on is ethnic cleansing. There's no two ways about that. The Israelis seem to me to be determined to get rid of the Palestinians. And they used a foolish attack by Hamas to carry out this dastardly attack. What I cannot understand, however, is the action of the rest of the world. You have in different countries, they have different protests, but when you listen to governments speaking, especially European governments, we have the United States, we have Britain, and in their non-reply, Jamaica, you get the feeling that the Israelis seem to have some hold over some of the people in these countries, because you cannot bomb a hospital and cut off its water and its electricity and say that you are hunting 5,000 people, and so far how many thousand children and babies and adults have been killed, all most who have nothing to do with that attack on the 7th of October. And I just cannot understand why the world is allowing it to go on. That is what boggles my mind.
It boggles my mind too, Dr. Wright. But you know something? One of the things that I saw is that Gaza is oil rich. I saw a report that says over US 525 billion will be available under the terms of agreement signed between the Palestinian National Authority and Israel in a final settlement talks had been reached. Now, Gaza is a lot of oil, a lot of natural gas in that region. And therefore, I am wondering, there was also a report that Israel wanted to construct a canal to counter the Suez Canal. Now, so I am wondering if the world powers, and I am focusing mostly on Europe and the United States, if that oil, that oil reserve there is part of what has kept them silent. Because as you know, the United States is providing billions of dollars of aid to Israel. So I think money is what has shut up the mouths of the big boys.
One of our local commentators, Gordon Robinson, who has an article in the Tuesday and the Sunday Gleaner. One of his famous saying is, you don't have to worry. It is always the money. And when you look at the revenue that Egypt gets from allowing ships through the Suez Canal, and the amount of money that is planned to build a canal to divert ships from going through Egypt and going through the same Gaza that we are fighting over. And that is billions of dollars every year to whoever controls it. And as you spoke also, the so-called unexplored area below the earth, which is supposed to contain oil. And I really believe that it is always the money. Somebody has said, now is the time for us to get this place and to move the people out. What I cannot understand, if you decide to move these people out and you're going to bomb them and murder them into submission, what is wrong with the rest of the world? Desmond, it seems to me that we seem to have lost our capacity to value human life. All my friends tell me that is because I'm a doctor, why I feel in that way. But a life is a very serious thing, you know. You can't just snuff out life because you are upset, or somebody dumped down your brother. You go and kill 4 people. Those things don't happen. And when you see the world, and I'm talking the majority of the people who can do something about what is happening in Gaza, Palestine and Israel, saying absolutely nothing or finding every excuse to keep silence, then I know that this world has changed to the one that I came into in 1948.
It has changed significantly, because that question there is also on my mind. And I am sure that there are thousands, there are people who are asking that same question as we stand and watch how the world is silent. The United Nations, the action of the United Nations is ignored. The Israeli government is having its own way, killing people, killing children. And when you look at it, that the Israelis have been doing this for decades and are allowed to continue. No, it is unbelievable, Doctor. Unbelievable. I don't know what is going to happen in the coming days, but right now the situation is, boy, I can't find adjectives to describe it. I don't know Gaza, but believe me, I am upset with the killing of people. Yes.
Let me tell you something. One of the things I do to keep abreast of what is going on is tune into CNN. That is what I do on a regular basis. And I tell you, for the past 2 weeks, Desmond, I do not do that anymore. I just can't take it. because the defense of what is going on there and the people bobbing and weaving and making up stories, because when you get the other side and you hear the making up of the stories as to why they had to do that. There's a man hiding under in a cellar of a hospital, and you bomb the hospital. I don't understand those things, you know. Those things to me don't make any sense. And not because I'm a medical doctor, but because I have in me that little spark of humanity that I think is missing. And I am just now really reluctant to think about the future if these people continue to be in charge of the different countries.
Yes, sir. And locally, I don't know if you saw that our government has awarded a contract to an Israeli company to provide the EOJ with services. I don't know the cost of the contract, but what I do know that the company Pangaea IT, which specializes in digital transformation of government and business services, has been awarded a tender from the government of Jamaica to replace the biometric system for the country's voter registry. I know that is in the news.
When you look at the technical capabilities of what the Israelis can do and have been doing in regards to their efforts at surveillance, their efforts at of data entry, of AI and so on, then you can understand that there is going to be a need for underdeveloped countries like Jamaica to get their expertise. But you cannot use money, because they are going to be helping us and going to help us to improve. And I have no doubt that the government made a decision to give these people a contract in order to help us. There's no doubt in my mind that that is so. But because that is so, you're going to close your eyes to what is going on. Look at Belize. Look at other countries in our region. They recall their ambassadors. They say, this can't go on. Yes. We have to show you and show the rest of the world that we don't approve of this. But when you listen to our foreign minister and you listen to the prime minister chatting as if we are idiots as to why they didn't vote when they were in the room when another vote was taken, but when this precise was taken was to condemn what is going on in Israel, they were having discussions. That sort of foolful response shows that they have no respect for the intelligence of the average Jamaican, and they believe that they can do anything and get away with it, and that even though their initial getting of that contract was good, you can't get that make you decline from condemning what Israel is doing to a whole race of people. Northern Gaza is now completely overrun by Israel. They're moving people by the hundreds of thousands out of homes and everything. Move them to where, Desmond? Move them to where? Where are these people going to go? Yes. That is what but people don't understand that where you're going to move these people to. You know, and the world just says, boy, you know, Hamas attack first? Yes. At what stage? At what stage is your humanity going to kick in? At what stage? Even in our own government, at what stage humanity is going to kick in? Yes. I can't understand it.
No, it is outrageous, Doc, outrageous, and as you said, and that the silence from, but yes, well, CARICOM has issued a statement condemning what has taken place. I've not heard anything from individual governments, but CARICOM has issued a statement. But we need stronger opposition, and the world powers. I think the time has passed for them to say something and do something to stop the atrocities, and they are not doing anything. This is, I have never witnessed anything like this in my lifetime.
No, And another thing that annoys me, Desmond and listeners, is this about I condemn what is going on. Everybody condemn. When those 2 children were killed in St. James, everybody come up and condemn. Everybody be condemned. When everybody's condemned. And what I keep saying, yes, you condemn. What do you do?
Right.
What do you do? Yes. And the answer is absolutely nothing. No. And I'm now immune to these talks when the people, anything happen anywhere in the world, thoughts and prayers are with those who died, and we condemn those who do it. That is foolishness. I really believe that is foolishness. It is mandatory that you say it, but it must be followed by action. Yes, and sir. I congratulate the people in the lead, the government and Belize. Belize don't have no army. Belize don't have no natural resources that anybody want, but they say to their ambassador, please come home.
Yes.
We come home. We have to show the world that we don't agree. And I remember many years ago when apartheid was all over the place and nobody doing anything, my Jamaican government banned anything to do with South Africa. Yeah. And I remember when Nelson Mandela was out of prison, we remembered Jamaica.
Yes.
When you look at what happened in South Africa in apartheid and what has happened over the world, and that man remembered our action in the early stages of this thing, and everybody is going to remember our action when that vote in the UN came up. I tell you,
yes,
I really can't understand what is happening.
Yes. But what do you make of this spate of fake? Well, so far, let us say fake bombings.
The fake bombings. Yeah. First of all, Desmond, we must never ever forget the cache of bombs that were found in West Kingston.
Yes.
That was before all these fake bombings, okay? So you cannot ignore when a man call you and say that there was a bomb there, because we know that somewhere, even if we found that cache of bombs in West Kingston, there could be more. Yes. So you have to take it seriously. But nobody in Jamaica believes that a group of people built those bombs that were found in West Kingston and had them there as paperweight or decorations in their homes. They were built for a reason.
Yes.
And they are running around in circles, and as if a friend said to me, like a chicken without a head, just running around in circles. The sky is falling, and nobody knows what to do or what to do. But it's a portent of things to come.
Yes.
I remember those bombs were not built as decoration or as paperweights.
Not at all.
The state of fake bombing all over the place is just creating havoc in our life and in our economic well-being.
Yes.
And it seems to me that there's a plan afoot. There's no other explanation but a plan afoot.
I spoke with Senior Superintendent McLaughlin from CTAC earlier on, and he told me that those bombs were still being tested at the labs, and that the police would not describe our gangs as terrorist gangs. He said that so far they are unorganized and not to the level that we would say that we have homegrown terrorists. Well, I sincerely hope that he's right, and that they are doing something or planning something to take care of what is happening, because the level of fear in the society right now is very, very high. Right?
Desmond, we must always remember history. When the word went out to that doodles would have to be returned, would have to be sent over to the United States, several gangs in Jamaica became organized and created a wall of defense in Tivoli.
Yes, of course.
These weren't people who got together because they are unorganized people. This was an organized group of people who barricaded themselves in Tivoli and their ladies in white led marches through this country, promising things. And therefore, when I hear about unorganized groups, And I remember history. We must never ever forget history. No?
Yes, sir.
When those people went into Tivoli and barricaded Tivoli, that was not an organized thing. That's not something that looked to me like these people knew exactly what to do and when to do and how to do.
Of course. That was a well-organized response. Well organized.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
And
we must remember
by this unorganized group.
And we must remember what they did too. Not only did they barricade themselves, but they attacked police stations.
A police station?
Yes. Police patrols were attacked. Let us remember that. And policemen were killed. So
yes, especially at the foot of Warwick Hills. You remember that attack?
Yes.
Yes, so, you know, and this, when people trying to placate us with these talks about their unorganized groups, and you know, unorganized people don't behave like that. I think they are now just hunting money and hustling and everything. But when the time comes, and that is what I said, people must remember those bombs in one area. That is one area. We know what happened in the other areas, in the other hotspots in different parishes where gangs are in control. And we must always remember this, you know, Desmond. Gangs are in control in certain parts of this country.
Of course. There's no doubt about it.
We must remember that.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you very much for your time.
Okay then. Okay, all the pleasure, Desmond. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. That was Dr. Paul Wright, you know, and talking about the situation in the country. Yes, and as you know, it is very, 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 very anxious time right now we're having in Jamaica. Very, very. People are fearful. Crime rate is high, and it's not a lovely time. Let us take a break. This is Rebel Radio.
The ones who are still here with us. God bless. I remember Mama and the love that she gave. We didn't have a bedside. I could still hear Mama say, people are better than you, George. Don't let them down. I remember Mama in a happy home. We went to school with holes in our shoes. We didn't have much, but the loss saw us through. I'm getting family together. I remember Mama in a happy home. She packed her lunch in an old greasy bag. Might have seemed empty, but it was full from her head. That love, way deep down inside. I remember Mama in a happy home. I remember Mama in a happy home. Mama is sleeping in the bosom of Jesus Christ. Somehow I know she's smiling at us right now. One day I see her again. Happy I will be. I remember Mama in the happy home. I remember Mama in the happy home. Brothers and sisters, they're living far apart. Although Mama's gone, she's smiling in her heart. We're all gonna pull together and stay in the holy place. I remember Mama in the happy home. I remember Mama in the happy home. Grandma, I miss you. Dad, I miss you too. For those of us who lost loved ones, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Lord Almighty. Yeah. Now Mama is sleeping in the bosom of Jesus Christ. Somehow I know she's smiling at us right now. One day I see her again. Happy I will be. I remember Mama in the happy home. I remember Grandma in the happy home. I remember Dada in the happy home. I remember you all in the happy home. Mama, I remember you in the happy home. My Redeemer, yeah. Yes, he lives forever, yeah. Who thought the sun wait to stand in the morning? Who thought the ocean you can only come this far? And to show the moon where to hide till evening, whose words alone can catch a falling star. Well, I know my Redeemer lives, and I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation testify is risen and alive, and I know my Redeemer lives. The very same God that spins things in harmony runs to the weary, the warm and the weak. And the same gentle hands that hold me when I'm broken, they conquered after bringing victory. Yes, I know creation testify he is risen and alive, and I know my Redeemer, he lives to take away my sins, and he lives forever. I proclaim to protect me from my sin. His most precious life he gave, but now he's alive. There's an empty grave, and I know my Redeemer lives. Yes, I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation testify his life is magnified, and I know my Redeemer lives. Oh yes, he lives. I can testify now. Why, yeah. Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who taught the ocean you can only come this far? And who showed the moon where to hide till evening? Whose words alone can catch a falling star? That's why I know my Redeemer lives. I need you, Lord, right now. Yeah, I must tell Jesus all of my trials. I cannot bear these burdens alone. In my distress, He kindly will help me. He ever loves and cares for His own. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. I cannot be. My burdens alone. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. Jesus can help me. Only Jesus alone. I must tell Jesus all of my troubles. He is a kind and compassionate friend. If I ask Him, He will deliver. Make all my troubles quickly and hand. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. I cannot be. My burdens alone. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. Jesus can help me. Only Jesus Jesus alone. What must I do when worldliness calls me? What must I do when tempted to sin? I must tell Jesus, and He will help me over the world, victory to win. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, I cannot be. No, my burdens are low. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. Jesus can help me. Jesus can help me. Only Jesus can help me. Only Jesus alone. When you have trouble, don't cry. Oh no, no. Just remember that God is standing by. Hold on, yeah. When you have heartaches, don't cry. Oh no, just remember that God is standing by. Sometimes when your burden is down, just remember God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there's no need to cry. Oh, God is standing by. Thank To you I give all the glory. Be not dismayed, whatever betide, God will take care of you. Hear that? Beneath His wings of love abide, God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day, all the way. Mercy! He will take care of you. God will take care of you. No matter what may be the test, God will take care of you. Lead everyone upon the Lord, and He will take care of you. Mercy! God will take care of you through every day, all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. Lord of mercy. No matter what sickness it may be, yeah. No matter what problems you going through, no matter how rough it may be, the Lord promises He will ever take care of you. So God will take care of you. Mercy! Through every day, all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. Be not dismayed, whatever betide, God will take care of you. Hear that? Beneath His wings of love abide, God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day, all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day, all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. I trust in you right now, Lord have mercy. Oh, yeah. To you I give all the glory. Hey. Where do I go from here? What faith is drawing me? Touch my heart, get guided by you. Say what? On that mountain, through the grace of God. I cast aside these fears I've known, and it's my sin from the depth of deep despair. Oh, yes. Lead me through the darkness and through each gloomy day. Take my hand, oh precious Lord, and help me on my way. Give me strength that I might find abiding faith and peace of mind. So I won't where to I go from. Lead me, Heavenly Father, to the promised land that's guide my step now. Please take my hand. Oh, right now. Where do we go from here? What makes it broken me? We saw her society. We know you'll be there all time. Give us strength that we might find abiding faith and peace of mind. So we won't ask, where do we go from? Lead me through the darkness and through each gloomy day. Take my hand, oh precious Lord, and help me on my way. Give me strength that I might find abiding faith and peace of mind. So I won't ever have to where to I go from. Oh, right now, so lead me through the darkness and through each day. Take my hand, oh precious Lord, and help me on my way. Give me strength that I might find abiding faith and peace of mind. So I won't ask, where do I go from? Oh, right now, Father God, Lord, your love has made me strong, and for that, I'm all yours. Lord of mercy. Oh God, I'll never find the words, dear Lord, to tell you how I feel, dear God. Mere words could not explain. Yeah, gracious Lord, you held my life within your hands, created everything I had, taught me how to live again. this song for you. Father God, I adore you. Yeah. My Lord, whenever I was insecure, you built me up and made me sure. You gave my sense of pride back to me. Only you care when I needed a friend, taking my problems. Oh, this song is for you. Filled with gratitude and love. I thank you. You make me feel brand new. For blessing me, I adore you. Almighty God, I love you. I sing this song for you. You make me feel brand new. For blessing me, I love you. Yeah, I really love you. I sing this song for you. Oh yeah. Don't give up, yeah. Just ride out your storm. Hey, you're feeling the storm, and it seems like forever. And you light of confusion has been so long. Your ship has lost anchor, and the storm that you drifted. Just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm.
And just for my listeners and viewers, the attorney Rita Allen Brown, who is on our screen, she read out a statement by one of her clients, and that is Richard Brown, who is one of the men convicted to be for the killing of Member of Parliament Paul Will, baby mother and child. Let's just listen to attorney Rita Allen Brown.
At this time, what I can say is that our client has pleaded guilty today. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison for eligibility for parole after 2 years. And he said, have a letter. Well, he handed me a note today that he wants me to read to the media, but as it relates to the proceedings, I am not able to have a discussion with him. Well, the note that I have, he says, I just want to do the right thing. I want my lawyer to tell the family of the baby and mother and the Jamaican public that I am very sorry for the loss of their lives. I want my lawyer to also tell my mentor that I'm very sorry for the disappointment. I hope one day everyone will find it possible to forgive me, and he signs his name to it. Who's the mentor? He did mention the mentor.
were some other charges. What were the sentences for those?
Oh, he was charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of kidnapping. So the other sentences were kidnapping, 2 counts. And those will run concurrently with the 30 years.
In terms of numbers, how many years?
It was for the kidnapping, 1 year and 10 months.
I don't know what the public will say about that, but that was Mr. the attorney Rita Hallin Brown reading out a statement from Richard Brown. And he's asking for forgiveness. Now, I don't know what about our views or how the Jamaican public will respond to that. But that is asking for forgiveness. And boy, I know it is something that is very, 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 not only it is topical, but I know that this is something that people have lots of views on. Forgiveness, yes. Look, I don't know how he is going to get forgiveness for that crime, because that was something that was very vicious, very, very vicious. An 11-month-old baby, yes, and her mother murdered, their bodies burnt and dumped in East Kingston. So that is something that I don't know what people are going to be forgiven for that, but he's asking for forgiveness, and therefore it is up to the people, to think about it. It's time now for us to do our weekly program.
Yes, sir, good afternoon.
Yes, Dr. Thomas. Yes, hold it there for me, please. Time for our weekly program, Food Security. And we have with us, we're going to be talking with Dr. Omir Thomas. Let's hold it there.
Everybody sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Happy Telephone 93-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
It's always saving season at Tools Hardware and Supplies.
New arrivals are here.
With variety and prices you love.
We have the best in porcelain and ceramic tiles,
windows, doors, and much more.
So what are you waiting for?
When you think of tiles, think Tools. The one stop for all your home finishes.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
or online at toolsday.com. Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware.
it's time for food security. Yes, this is where we talk about where our agricultural sector and our ability to provide and feed ourselves. And we have with us consultant, someone who has spent a lot of time dealing with agriculture, talking about Dr. Omir Thomas, and Mr. Oliphant Jones, JAS officer in Manchester. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Jones? Hello? Dr. Thomas?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. Mr. Jones, are you there? Because if we lost Mr. Jones, let me try for him. Dr. Thomas, just hold here for me. Let me try and find out Mr. Jones. Yes. Yes, as we said, it's time we talk about what is happening with our agriculture. And Mr. Jones.
Cut off a bit.
Yeah, all right. Hold it here for me. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Welcome back. Dr. Thomas, you are there?
Yes, I'm here.
Mr. Jones, you are there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, hold it there for me, please. Yes, this time on a weekly basis, we talk about agriculture and what we must do to ensure that we feed ourselves. Dr. Thomas, what is the latest from your perspective in the agricultural industry?
Well, in the agricultural industry in Jamaica, I wanted to tell you, you're zeroing in on.
Yes, sir. I am talking about Jamaica's agriculture at the moment.
Okay. All right. So, sometimes I'm called upon for other places too.
So we are going to talk about that too.
Yes. Okay. Well, things we thought government policy are the most critical aspect of our agricultural development and our food security and food sovereignty.
Yes.
And the policies are here and there. You see, here and there. There's no direct and definite. Who said there's none, but there are very few areas that there are policies to support in terms of development and maintenance sector. And I must say that from time to time, the operatives of the policy appears as if they are not familiar, not sure of what they're supposed to do or how things are supposed to be done.
Yes.
And the same people who develop the policy and who are the guardian of the policy themselves are breaching those to the detriment of the farming sector.
Yes.
And I speak specifically of the most recent issue, and that is of the egg. That's specific. There are many others, but I just want to go there because it is the one in vogue at this time.
Yes.
Where they claim that they have where we claim that there is a surplus of eggs, the farmers can't get eggs sold. And the reason for it is that Jamaican people are not very they're not consumers of eggs. We got it. And because we are consuming less than 1/3 of what the other members of the CARICOM countries are consuming. For whatever reason that is, we don't know, but that needs to be looked at. And our nutritional policy to address some of these things. But the price of the egg may be one of the factors responsible for the low consumption rate. Okay, maybe one of them. But what are the factors? What are the contributing factors to the high price of the oil? And I want to say that the most glaring one is that of the taxation that is on it, the GCT that they charge on oil. Right? And the normal thing is that we do not charge GCT on fresh agricultural products. You know? But this time, look at the eggs that we don't know why. And they refuse to take it off because the lobby has been on for a very long time. That has not been done. And when I talk about the GCT, I just want to say egg is not the only problem.
Yes.
The problem is that all the seeds that the farmers import, that are imported in order to grow for us to have vegetables and fruits and tubers and those type of things for our nutrition, all of those are taxed. There's a GCT on them. And of course, the lobby has been extremely strong for several decades for that to be removed. And they have not done it, but what they have done is to remove GCT from imported horses for racehorse. So with the things that you wonder whether or not our food security is of any importance to the government at all. So those are my opening statements.
Yes, yes. Mr. Oliphant.
Yes.
Yes. What is the latest from where you sit?
Well, the latest, it come in as if I want to say good evening to everyone, good afternoon to everyone listening, and Dr. Thomas raised a very important point, and I would say it come in as if he was at a meeting yesterday that we had, where that same issue of subsidy to farmers was very much on the agenda. And it's as if he was reading from a script from somebody, where you imagine government have removed GCT and horses coming in, but we still have to compete agriculture-wise with the high costs of GCT and feed and other inputs in the farming industry, which make it tough on the farmer.
They say great man think alike, so that's why we're it's close for the same type of issues for discussion.
And I wonder, where is our food security? With no policy in mind to help the farmers. Where do we go? There is not a food security policy put on in this country. And to multiply it worse, the best arable farmlands are going up now in housing. So we are saying to our people, you're going to eat concrete to survive.
And that is not possible.
We are not saying to our people, produce what we can and eat what we can, what we produce, which is a serious thing that we have on our plates now.
Yes.
Because if we destroy food security among our people. Another thing, Mr. Richards and Mr. Thomas, I didn't learn that there was a shortage of corn in this country. A shortage of our native grown corn. Nobody can find corn in good proportion now. It is GMO corns that we are using. So the original Jamaican red corn that we used to have, which used to make asham very good, and those good cornmeal dumplings, we can hardly find it.
Why?
Because people are using substitute GMO corns now, sweet corn is taking over. So nobody is planting our original Jamaican corn.
But you look at Mr. Jones, we have to look at the matter of the taste and preferences of our people, you see, because that is what drives your industry. If we are growing what the people don't want, we'll be foolish to continue. Okay? Now, the matter relating to the corn, we have lost our corn industry almost nearly 50 years ago or 40 years ago. Okay? We used to grow corn. As a matter of fact, one of the breeding stations for corn for the hemisphere was right here in Jamaica. Okay? We used to breed corn. And Mr. Richard, you may remember the PL480 under the Caribbean-based initiative of 1980.
At the Bureau of Standards, Jamaica.
When that program that destroyed the agriculture, the bedrock of our agricultural sector in this country.
Yes, sir.
At that time, when the whole matter relating to our own corn production suffered. You see? So, because we cannot grow corn. We cannot grow corn economically. So that we can feed, we can use it and the value added aspect of it for animal feed. And so we couldn't do that. We just could not do that. So have a volume. Okay? And then the people used to consume the same corn for their Friday evening repast, and so the roast corn and the boiled corn and those type of things. Now, many of us may not have strong teeth, so they prefer to use a softer corn. Okay? And the softer corn, of course, is the sweet corn and so on. And you're going to get the people to buy it. So we should not say that the industry died because the people are eating sweet corn. It is what the people need that we need to supply. So if they want soft sweet corn and are moving away from the red corn and that hard yellow corn, then what the farmers need to do, in my opinion, is to go into the production of sweet corn.
What to say about that, Mr. Jones?
But no, I don't agree 100% with my fellow brother there. Because I still believe we need those things that are native to us, we need to preserve them. Because they are the ones, those are the things that will grow in season and out of season. So nothing wrong with the sweet corn, easy, but the fact of the matter is we should still produce alongside that our native corn. So that, for example, if the ship cannot dock in Kingston Harbor with the corn from abroad, we still should have enough corn in our country to supply our people, which is very important. Because you have to, when you have to,
but the corn that is supposed to be here, to make up for that blade that you're talking about, that corn can also be sweet corn,
Right.
So we can produce sweet corn locally.
It's being produced. Yes, it is being produced, and farmers are making a lot of money from it.
Yes.
It is being produced now. It is in good quantity.
Yes.
But what I'm saying, I want us to still preserve our native corn.
True. And there's nothing wrong with that, and persons can use that as their hobby to maintain that genetic. But look at what happens here. When you go to some market, you see the red kidney bean, Miss Kelly and Round Red, selling on the stock. And if you go to market after 10 o'clock in the morning, all of it is finished. Yes. That is telling you that there are persons out there who are growing the red beans the natural way and the original way, and they are getting market for it. So there's nothing wrong with persons picking out a niche, and go into there and produce the corn. Because there are people who will buy it for the cornmeal dumpling and the cornmeal porridge and the strong cornmeal porridge and so. And you can demand your price at that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, Mr. Jones. So, what else are you observing down in Manchester? There, you touch on the point where our farmers need help. One of the things that is very clear, that agriculture in Jamaica needs investment. When you look at the investment in agriculture in Jamaica, it is way down, way down. And if we are going to improve this sector, it requires investment. What is being done to attract investors into this industry? Dr. Thomas, what do you think should be done and is being done?
The investment actually is discouraging, because there are some enabling factors that must originate from the government, which is not there. Must, and the government has ignored those things. Okay? And these enabling factors within the environment are like availability of credit, access to credit and availability of credit.
Yes.
They don't generate wealth without credit, especially in these days. Okay? And wherever we find some amount of credit facilities available, to qualify for them is like pulling teeth, and not about 90% of the people who want to do that cannot afford to do so.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, the cost of credit is also extremely high. And these are things, what I'm talking about now are things that are directly within the control of the state. But as I say, if the state operates in a manner that food security is not important, and what is in vogue is the creation of opportunity for people, friends and family and those people, to import what we can't produce as a result of lack of investment. That is what is happening.
So, importers, I'm sure, have access to credit and are getting credit, but farmers are not, because I can recall and this is a large businessman. I'm talking about Gazan Azan, and I recall, and he was he leased thousands of acres of government land over in Bernard Lodge, and I recall him telling the nation that he has had no financial support. He is unable to get credit to drive the agricultural products that he had in mind over there. So I would imagine that. But by the way, Dr. Thomas, what is my understanding is that those two projects by Mr. Gazanazan and Mr. Leachin, they are still. In other words, I understand that they are falling down because they are not able to produce or to get going. What is your understanding of what is happening over there?
Well, I would not be able to comment on Mr. Azan's activities because I must say that I don't know any much about it. You know, but in terms of the other one that you have mentioned, the Model Agricultural Products Limited, as the one that is owned by Mr. Leachin.
Yes.
And we thought that would be the Model Agricultural Project, as the name of the company, the Model Agricultural Project. But of course, there are some technical deficiencies and some other technical constraints that beset the project, you know, and they are not able to realize the output which they thought that they would have. So things are in abeyance, nothing is happening. So I don't know if it is that they are revisiting the type of technology that they are to bring to that project in order to come out of the problem that they are having. I don't know. That is the situation with that one.
Yes.
Technology issue. Technology.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Just yesterday I was informed I saw a flyer where DBJ is offering a 7% loan to farmers. Now, this would be given to financial institutions to lend. Now, I know that all of these financial institutions, they're getting the loan at 7%. It's still high because they have to put on their little add-on. They add on to it. A little add-on. It's 4% on top of that. Right. So you think of 7 and 4, 11.
Yes.
11% today.
That is high. That is high.
That is high.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, what should be happening is the farmer interest should never be above 5% for the farmer to come out with something. In my estimation, I think a 5% loan would be good for any farmer to handle. Mm-hmm. But above that, it's killed it. And moreover, the hardest thing about all of this is that you have to have in a security component, because people will read before you can.
Yeah, but you know, I know where you're coming from when you talk about people who read before you can, and that seems to be the beating heart for the failure of our agriculture these days. Every farmer who doesn't do well starts to blame Predial Last, and every government who doesn't have any answer to the problem is blaming Predial Last. Nonsense. I must say so with respect. Because when you borrow a loan, when you're investing in agriculture, apart the capital investment that you have in terms of tractors and machinery and so, security mechanisms are supposed to be put in place also. What's one? Everybody sit back and expect government to have a policeman standing at each farm to assist them to protect it from the previous thief. The farmers need to go and invest into the security mechanisms. You see, we can't misuse police force to have them running up and down behind farm thieves and persons who have money to produce crops. We can't do that.
Yes.
We have to be able to invest in that. Just like how we buy a tractor, we need to invest in the security mechanisms to deter and to detect.
But what I think is needed at that level, Dr. Thomas, and Mr. Jones can say if I am wrong. One of the things that we have in Jamaica, we have thousands of small farmers, and for them to get that level of security, what it needs is they must be engaged and they have to organize themselves. It is going to be challenging for an individual small farmer to provide his or her own security. But I'm sure, for example, if in Manchester, that the farmers in Manchester organize themselves, then they can find and provide security.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's true, and that is critical. Because the farming is not basically done in isolated areas per se, you know. Right. They're normally in clusters.
Yes.
And if they are in clusters, tell me what would be stopping them from getting together, to prevent intrusion.
Mm-hmm.
Unless those among them who themselves, they're not the intruders, but they're the ones who take things out.
Yes.
You see, so these are something that we have to look at carefully, because everybody wants to blame the Predial Last near their failures.
Yes. Well,
we don't say it is not there. It's a reality. It is there, but the same man that the supermarket owner can install certain persons within the supermarket to see, to detect, and to deter the shoplifters. Same thing the farmers need to do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You have to own the security of your product. You have to own it. It can't be a government problem.
Yes.
So I'm sorry that I'm sounding this way. I'm not an anti-farmer because I'm a farmer myself. I invest heavily in it. I invest more than what many people around here invest in farming. But the reality is the reality.
Yeah.
If I go slack, I will lose my thing. If I'm up with my game, I lose nothing.
Yes. Mr. Jones, what is your take on that?
Well, a little different from Mr. Thomas because I know the average small man can hardly invest in security as he would like to. And, so you have to take a class. But most times, those who rate the farm are those who work on the farm,
Well, that's exactly. So we're talking about a different thing now. Rather than creating labs, but labs is a servant. So you can set up mechanisms on your farm and within the community to pick up the same supervisor who you have coming back at night time to remove the things. The same supervisor who have the same package or the exporter to come for them the next day. He comes back in the night because he knows exactly where they are and he lifts them and go with them.
So, yes. But hold a second here, Mr. Jones. As it relates to livestock, so are you saying that those who are stealing livestock, they are actually people who work with the owners of these livestock?
In some cases.
Yes.
Yeah. In some cases, and they are the ones who lead people to the owners and where these things are, unfortunately.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
But let's face it, nobody is going to go somewhere unless he is invited or he knows the ins and outs. That is true. You have to know the ins and outs.
It's an organized type of, it's an organized crime.
Yeah, but as what you say, farmers have to do investment in security. You have to have the security come part of it. If you don't want to lose everything. So there have to be some ways and means of you trying to secure your crop.
Yes, because look, Mr. Jones, I will tell you, this is fresh news, very fresh, because the man supervisor is talking about 20 minutes for this program. To advise me that you invest in 20 acres of sweet potato. Okay? And last night, some cattle farmers decided to let their animals feed in there.
Wow.
Wake up. So you have just suffered a big loss. And then when the farm staff go to the farm in the morning, the cows are not there anymore. The cows are gone. But when they leave in the evening, the cows come back. So your investment would have been lost at that point.
Yes.
That is not loss in it. And this is not unique to that particular location, that particular investor. It is happening all over Jamaica. Goats and cows are let loose in people's cultivation.
No, but that is totally unacceptable, man.
And the government has no pound. Look, the minister responsible for local government is the minister responsible for pounds. Ask the minister of local government if there are any pounds active in this country. No pounds to hold these animals if you can catch them.
Yes.
So these are some of the mechanisms that are supposed to be in place to help the farmer to succeed.
Yes, but I would also believe that these two, the owners of these cattle, these are cattle farmers. So therefore, I think that there should be some room for some discussion. Why should cattle farmers want to destroy the crop of potato farmers or yam farmers or corn farmers or tomato. No, you shouldn't do that, because what you would want, in other words, farmers should be protecting themselves. So you would, I am sure you would want the potato farmers or the yam farmer to assist in protecting your goats and your cows.
Yes.
So why would you want to destroy the potato farmer crops? No, that is
right. And so these are the sociological factors that are influencing the negativity in the farming sector.
Yes.
And so I say that we need to have a conversation, a national conversation, with regard to the relationship between livestock farmers, the loose livestock farmers, and the
that is supposed to protect the interests of the farmers. I'm talking about the JAS. Now, this organization needs to be more active. Mr. Jones, don't you think so?
Yes, there was once when farmers would be united to be their own watchmen in their area. So they would go on shift and they would watch the farm throughout the night. These have died out. And we have to have a new strategy now how we can meet what is now taking place.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, the JAS is evolving. They have done their time, and they have done their time well, and they are still relevant, and they are still putting out what is to be put out to make the agricultural sector a sector for which we can all be proud, and that sector that can feed the population of this country. They are still doing it, okay, with a lot of problems. And some of the problems are pressures brought on by even the government itself. And the government tend not to want to give the recognition to the JAS as it was in the past.
Yes.
So they will put parallel organizations, temporary as they may, to compete with the JAS. They ignore the JAS when matters relating to farmers' interests are to be dealt with. These are some of the problems that people may not want to talk about. I don't even think the President, Mr. Fulton, wants to talk about these realities. Mm-hmm. That when the government has gifts from abroad for our local small farmers, the JAS has to be fighting tooth and nail to be a participant in the distribution and in the production, producing the list of the people who need it.
Yes.
So these things, they are difficulties. And it is stronger now than it was in the past.
Wow.
So Mr. Fulton may not want to say that.
Yes.
You see? But I can say it.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have an organization for them to sabotage.
Yes.
But Mr. Fulton saying that, what will happen to the JAS? Yes. Activities of the JAS.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they're not doing anything. It's not that they're not doing anything. They are doing a lot of things.
Yes.
Because look at what happens now. If the JAS should withdraw from a Denby show or to refuse to stage the Denby show 1 year, you know what that means to the agricultural sector in Jamaica?
No, that would be a serious blow.
Exactly so.
Yes.
And you see the effect, the impact the Denby show has on the psychology of our agriculture?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And not only that, but the international touch that we get, because we get farmers from all over the world coming to the Denby show.
Yep.
And it's a premier agricultural show in the Caribbean.
Yes.
And we should try to keep it that way. And we need to try and work in that we can preserve it and keep up that legacy as much as possible.
And the and that prestige that the JAS has as a result of that Denby infrastructure should be translated to the production at the farmer's level.
Yes.
How the farmers wake up doing things. The needs of the farmers interface with the government should be through the JA.
Yes, I understand that. Yes, and
yes. Carry your arguments forward and bring back results when necessary.
The other thing that one of the things that I think we local consumers need to be aware of, that in first world countries, food products are being produced in the lab. I saw a report where in England, I think, that meat is being produced in the lab. When you look at some fruits originating out of the States and you look at how they look, you can see that they are produced in too much chemical inputs, and I think that will have health impact on us consumers. So we should be looking out for those things, don't you think so, Dr. Thomas?
The matter relating to chemical inclusion in our agriculture is something that we can't ignore. Okay? We definitely need chemicals to be judiciously used, I understand. Okay? But it is the injudicious use of these things and the lack of regulation that cause these things to be so offensive. So I would not be one of those who would say we don't need chemicals or inorganic substances to protect our crop from the onslaught of pests and diseases, and to protect our livestock from diseases and pests. You see? So once we are able to regulate, monitor, control these things, I think the way our conventional way of doing farming is okay. I know you may not agree with Mr. Moderator.
Yeah, no, well, I wasn't even thinking of. Well, let me put it another way. We need chemicals in agriculture, but I am talking about the use of chemical to preserve food. That's
you mean you're looking at the value-added aspect of agriculture, where we need now to preserve food for future use.
Yes, so when you look at some, for example, pineapples, tomatoes, pears, coming out of, like in the United States, you can see that those crops, they are not natural, right?
Yeah. Okay, but why do we have to buy them? Why do we have to buy them? Don't we have? Let us look at Jamaica. We have a lot of fruits here. Okay. Why do we have to spend our money to bring in those that are laced with chemicals to feed our children when we have our OTT and needs very sweet stuff, sour stuff, custard apple, all those type of things, and they come at various times of the year.
Well, I don't know why we should be doing that, but it is being done. And
okay, it is being done, and therefore you're looking for some form of state agency, some state apparatus to protect us from ourselves.
Well, consumers themselves too should be educated so that they can protect themselves.
I understand that quite well, that they should be educated.
Yes.
But
what we have in social media, if you say certain things that is maybe juicy today, it is then over the entire length, to the length and breadth of Jamaica.
Yes.
So, they always saying that we should be concerned about the type of chemicals, buddy. So why social media impact is not there, is not seen there, where it is seen with other things. So we have an individual responsibility.
Yes, I will agree with that. I will agree with that. But I am also saying that our consumers should be more conscious of these things, and I don't think we are, right? Because you know, Dr. Thomas, one of the things that is still pervasive, that goods, services made abroad, we see them as superior, right? So there are people in Jamaica who see food products from abroad as superior to local foods,
You mean that's the minority, though,
Well, I am not saying that it's the majority, but I'm just saying that is. Yes.
You believe that what is made abroad is more. When you say abroad, it depends on where abroad you're talking about.
In the United States and Britain and Canada.
And it's not always. I used to be somewhere else at some time of my life, and I'm able to see what the situation is, and it's a fallacy. Yes. We do not. What we produce here are comparable to those that are produced there.
Yes.
Because we have a traceability to the standards. Okay? Yeah. And unless it meets those standards, then you cannot claim certain things for human consumption.
Okay.
So it's not good for them to be saying anything like that, because it is not true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there are people there in the US and other places that make things that are not fit for the shelf.
Okay.
And like what we do in Jamaica, we pull them off and throw them away.
Yes. Okay.
So we have the institutions in Jamaica to protect, because they're the guardian of the health and safety of this country. And the institutions, as far as I'm concerned, still work.
Okay. Yeah. But from where you sit, Dr. Thomas, what I know that you have been talking and you have access. What has been your observation and response from international farmers and investors in our agriculture sector?
From the international perspective,
yes,
you want you're looking for a comparative analysis?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I tell you, in what people refer to as emerging economies, I don't like to use the word third world, also, because third world is a political construct rather than a developmental construct.
Yes.
Okay? So you find that in the developing economies, you have various levels of sophistication in our food production, okay? And just like what we have in Jamaica, they tend to import a lot more than they produce.
Yes.
For example, one of the closest one to us here, their import bill, their population is about a quarter the size of Jamaica, but their import bill is ranking evenly with Jamaica. Their import bill is over $1.2 billion per year.
Wow.
And their population is about a quarter the size of ours.
No, sir.
See? So it goes to show you. And then, one of the things that the conversation that we are now having, that you and I are having today, are the same conversation in those countries.
Yes.
And so what do we do to guarantee our food security, our food sovereignty,
yes,
or to address the food insecurity?
Yes.
You see, same kind of discussion we're having. So it appears, and you see, the matter of the developed economies supplying the food sources to these countries for political influence creates some amount of laziness intellectual laziness too, because the people who are supposed to be the policymakers make policies with consideration to the gifts that they're going to get from these people who are seeking political influence. And therefore, those decisions that they take as a result of that are not conducive to the food security efforts that the small farmers are involved in.
Yes.
See, it happens in the Southern Caribbean, it is happening in Northern Caribbean, and right here in Jamaica. But except that in Jamaica, we're a little bit more sophisticated than the rest of them.
Yes.
In our region here, we're a little bit more sophisticated.
Right.
Okay. But there's a lot more to be done.
So, Dr. Thomas, for example, as I always say, that one of the things that in the Caribbean, one of the things that we don't focus on a lot is that sometimes we are inclined to forget. We are one people. And when I look at the problems that we face in Jamaica are similar to the problems the people in Barbados and Guyana and the rest of the Caribbean are facing. So yes, so one of the things that I see, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, the Caribbean economies, they are seen, or they are the major importer of food from the developed economies, and specifically United States, because the Caribbean is close to the United States. So the entire Caribbean region are the major market for U.S. farmers. Am I right?
Yes, you are correct. As a matter of fact, and it's a deliberate policy of the United States government to supply food by investing in infrastructure in the state of Florida that would supply the food, identify the needs, and supply the needs in the Caribbean.
Yes.
It's a deliberate strategy of the United States to have that done.
Yes, yes.
And yet, if whatever we produce that are unique and are popular among the diaspora community and so, then you have very great difficulty in most times to get those things on the shelves in the supermarkets in those places.
Yes. We have there are barriers.
Yes, there are barriers. Tremendous barriers. And we in the Caribbean here, we do not have the strength, the technological strength to counter some of what is happening.
Yes.
Because the WTO, the Article 4, if I remember it quite correctly, the Article 4, one of the articles there, indicate that that comes under the SPS regimen, the SPS regimen, that you cannot stop a product from entering your jurisdiction unless it is scientifically proven to be against what the orthodox is.
Yes.
So those who do not have the laboratories to prove, you just cannot stop them.
Right. But they can stop your products.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes,
so you have to demonstrate that you have a metrology infrastructure in your country that is comparable and traceable before the results from those laboratories can be accepted as a major support for them.
Yes. And so, for example, as we speak, there is no need for us. Let us look at some of the products that we in Jamaica can supply. So, for example, there is no need for Jamaica to import chicken. We can provide the chicken that is required in Jamaica. Am I right, Dr. Thomas?
Yes, you are right. But
there's no need for us to import chicken.
Okay, I'm not going to be as judgmental as that. I'm not, because there is need for us to import chicken if we do not produce the amount of chicken that the country needs.
Yeah, but I'm saying that we have the capacity and we have been producing that. That's the point I'm making. Am I wrong?
No, it depends on what makes up capacity. It depends on what makes up capacity.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, the investment climate which we spoke about earlier, if that investment climate is not changed, we are going to have a situation existing where we must import chicken.
I thought the two big companies that we have here, along with the hundreds of small farmers, can produce to meet our demand.
Yeah, they can produce, but there is need for investment for that to happen.
Yes.
Because look, Jamaican people eat a lot of chicken waste, like chicken back and chicken neck and those kind of things.
Yes.
Okay? They import a lot of those things.
Yes, millions of dollars spent to do that.
Yeah, do you think we can produce enough chicken in Jamaica to produce the chicken neck and chicken back and the chicken?
Well, if we were doing that, we wouldn't have to be spending so much millions to import chicken necks and backs.
Yeah, but look, no. You need to produce a certain volume of chicken. Where does the chicken foot come from? Where does the chicken neck come from? Where does the gizzard come from? It comes from one bird.
Yes.
So you have to have enough birds in order to produce those things.
And it is obvious to me that we are not producing that, because if we were, then we would not have to be spending so much money to import chicken back. The importation of chicken back is a big business in Jamaica, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And
but look, but don't forget this point. Don't forget this point that the chicken that we are growing now, they need to be fed.
Yes.
We do not have the raw material to feed the chicken. We have to import almost 80%, if not more, of the material required to feed the animals.
Yes.
So the whole matter really, it's not a matter of producing the chicken for ourselves. We have to look at the entire economy around it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So it comes back to the point of the investment environment.
So as we stand right now, and is that we are not in a position to produce none of the products that we need.
I am not saying that we are not. Yes, look.
We are not doing it right now.
Well, we are not doing it. We are not doing it. Yeah. But there are certain things that we have comparative advantage in. Yeah. And if you have comparative advantage in certain things, you go for it. Yeah. But certain things we do not have comparative advantage, so we don't waste money on that.
Yeah. Yes. And
then what the Ministry of Agriculture should be doing is to work out, look at, survey, determine what are the products that we have comparative advantage in, and then work on those. Put the policy mechanism behind it.
Yeah. Mr. Jones, what is your final word?
Well, my final word is that, boy, we are in a sticky position agricultural-wise, because food security is very important, and I don't know if we are doing enough to preserve that.
Yes.
I think there need to be more policies relating to food security and agricultural sector in this country.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Thomas, what is your final word?
My final word is that the government is now in the process of casting the budget for the next year. I'm hoping that favorable consideration can be given to the agricultural sector and ipso facto the food and nutrition aspect of our population.
Yes. Well, I want to thank both of you for your time. And well, as you know, this is a program that is a weekly program, so both of you know that the platform is wide open, so we'll talk again. I want to thank Dr. Amir Thomas. I want to thank Mr. Jones Oliphant for their time. Gentlemen, have a good afternoon.
Okay.
Yes, that was food security, and that's where we discuss our agricultural situation in the country. And you heard where we are. Lots of work to be done. Let us go for a break. This is Rebel Radio.
Everybody sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insect and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 45 telephone 934560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
It's always saving season at Tools Hardware and Supplies.
New arrivals are here.
With variety and prices you love.
We have the best in porcelain and ceramic tiles,
windows, doors, and much more.
So what are you waiting for?
When you think of tiles, think Tools. The one stop for all your home finishes.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware. I need you, Lord. Right now. Yeah, I must thank Jesus. All of my trials, I cannot bear these burdens alone. In my distress, kindly will help me. He ever loves and cares for his own. I must have Jesus. I must have Jesus. I cannot be. Oh, Jesus. My burdens are low. I must have Jesus. I must have Jesus. Jesus can help me. Only Jesus alone. I must tell Jesus all of my troubles. He is a kind and compassionate friend. If I sin, He will deliver. Make all my troubles quickly and hand. I must have Jesus. I must have Jesus. I cannot be. I must have Jesus. My burdens are low. I must have Jesus. I must have Jesus. Jesus can help me. Only Jesus alone. What must I do when worldliness calls me? What must I do when tempted to sin? I must tell Jesus, and He will help me over the world, victory to win. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. I cannot breathe. No, my burdens are low. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. Jesus can help me. Jesus can help me. Only Jesus can help me. Only Jesus alone. That God is standing by. Hold on, yeah. When you have heartaches, don't cry. Oh no, just remember that God is standing by. Sometime when your burden is down, just remember God is standing by. Thank you, Lord. So there's no need to cry. Oh, God is standing by. time, God will take care of you. Yeah. We need His spirit of love apart. God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day, all the way. Mercy. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. No matter what may be the test, God will take care of you. Lean everyone about the Lord, He will take care of you. Mercy, God, He will take care of you through every day, all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you.
Yes, welcome back to Rebel Radio. And we are going to be touching bases now with President of the Union of Clerical and Supervisory Personnel, Mr. Vincent Morrison. Yes, because with all the problems, social and otherwise, there are also industrial issues. Good evening, Mr. Morrison.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Well, I am supposed to be okay, sir.
Good evening, dear listeners.
Yes, sir. So, what the update them on the industrial front? I saw where some of your members went on, in the security service went on and took some industrial action yesterday. I still see that on Monday you were, the dental surgeons, they met with the government. What is, update us on the industrial front, sir?
And I want to add the cement company to that because we have an issue that is causing a lot of restiveness at the cement plant.
Yes.
That issue has to do with the refusal of the company to implement or to continue to implement a benefit to the workers. We had meetings with the workers yesterday. We have asked the Ministry of Labour to set up a meeting with the parties. And what I can tell you, if we don't get a resolution of that matter by the end of the month, we cannot guarantee normality at the cement company.
Okay.
And that issue has to do with what benefits called long leave.
What is that?
Long leave.
Okay, explain that.
It's a leave arrangement that the workers have been enjoying from well over 30 years now.
Okay.
The new company, T-Nex, that buy out the shares and now virtually own the company, they have been cutting back on the benefits of the company. They have tried to grandfather a number of the benefits, and this is one of them. But let me just say that in industrial relations, you cannot discriminate. You have 3 bargaining units at cement. One involves the higher level, the person you call middle management, engineers, and those persons. You have another group, clerical assistants.
Yes.
And those 2 groups are paid the benefit. What the management is saying to us is that the production workers who are working in the furnace, was push the fire to enable the cement to be made to be manufactured. They are saying that they are not entitled to it. Although we have evidence to show that up to last year, they have paid workers who qualify.
Yes.
So, as I mentioned, we've been at the Ministry of Labour.
Yes.
And we're going back there on the 21st. And we could have some issues with respect to that matter if it's not resolved.
Okay.
Now, when you mentioned the security officers at the U.S. Embassy, you're talking about roughly 210 officers who have been engaged to the embassy for well over 17 years, some of them. From 30. What has happened is that the company have been promising them improvement in their terms and conditions. But these promises have never materialized. So in July this year, the officers took the bold step to join the union. We served a claim in July, and since July to now we have had about 11 meetings. We have not been able to resolve some of the issues because what the companies offered, for example, on wages, they offer 10% in year one, and they are asking for a 5-year agreement. They offer 10% in year one, 0% in year two, 5% in the other 3 years of the 5-year contract. We are saying that there's nothing called 0%.
No.
And after pumping, after some hard bargaining, they come back to us and say they will pay the guards a minimum of $150,000 as a one-off payment, which we said convert that to a signing bonus. Our position is that you can't convert that to a signing bonus. But give the guard at least a minimum 10% in the second year.
Yes.
In other words, 5-year contracts are not the norm in Jamaica.
No.
But if the price is right, we're prepared to look at it.
Yes.
And we're prepared to look at it because they have a 5-year contract with the State Department.
Okay.
With a partner, JV, joint venture with a partner called G4S, International Guard Company, that has been operating around the world.
Yes.
This company has a budget of nearly $30 billion, employing 800,000 employees across the globe.
Yes.
Now, we can't sit down in Jamaica, even with a company like this, and, accept 0% increase. We know, and everybody in Jamaica know, and when you go to the supermarket, the prices go up every week.
Yes, sir.
Right? We know that the guards have been paid just a little bit above the minimum. Not they have been paid just above the minimum rate. Where the minimum rate is the national minimum rate is $350 per hour.
Yes.
When you work time and a half, it goes to $525, and when you work double time, when you pay double time, it goes to $700. Our position is very simple, that security officers working with the United States Embassy deserve more than that.
Yes.
Much more than the $350. In fact, right now we paid $422.69 per hour. $422.69 per hour.
Yes.
That is what they have been paid now.
Okay.
And we are asking for a mere 15% adjustment on that thing.
year.
In the first year.
Yes.
And 10% in the second year.
Okay. So
nobody can say we are unreasonable. Huh? The government applied 33.3% to minimum wage generally in June of this year.
Yes.
We are not asking for 33.3%, we are asking for 15%. The issue also involves some benefits that we have asked to be rolled into the basic pay. You know, the Ministry of Finance in settling public sector negotiations are virtually rolling all allowances into basic pay. And the good thing about that, it has increased the pay threshold so that things like pension will increase. But in the same breath, taxes are going to increase.
Yes, of course.
Right?
Yes.
So we are going back to the table on Friday with G4S Guardsman joint venture.
Yes.
And we're going, with our open mind, we're going to negotiate. The guards want a settlement. They have been waiting quite long now, very long, very long time. And it's only important. The other point I want to highlight has to do with group life insurance. The arrangement is that the officers are insured 2 hours before them start work, and 2 hours after they finish working.
Oh, okay.
I never hear that foolishness at the first. I hear that. Eh? When you are covered by group life insurance, you're covered during the life of your employment, 24 hours a day.
Yes.
So a man like you go to the country very often, if you go down a stand and climb the grand people and coconut tree, and you fall out, you're covered by the insurance.
Yes.
That is how it's supposed to be. Not 2 hours before and 2 hours after. And these are some of the things they want us to agree to.
So that is how
I'm sure my good friend, the President of the United States, Mr. Biden, would never agree to that. Huh?
Yes.
I'm sure he would never agree to that. The good friend, Mr. Biden. Working very hard, I can tell you.
Yes.
I'm very impressed with it. So, we are hoping that common sense will prevail. And that we'll be able to get back to the table on Friday.
Yes.
And that the company will understand that them can take all of the profit. Eh?
Mm-hmm. The more shared.
Part of the problem in Jamaica is that we don't have enough consideration. We don't have enough respect. We don't provide enough care for the workers.
Yes.
We cannot do an economy without workers.
No. That's not possible.
And this leads me to the dental surgeons matter. Both the Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Health have come up with a puzzling arrangement that you classify dental surgeon and dental nurse, dental auxiliary in the same band. It can work. Huh? A dental doctor, you can call it classify a dental doctor with a medical doctor. Yeah. Although it's not the same. Huh?
Yes.
But you can't classify a dental surgeon with a dental nurse.
No.
And we want to tell the Minister of Finance that anybody who's going to sign that is him alone. So we're not signing that with him.
You're not so very hard.
So we are going back to the ministry
On the 4th of December, we have a new minister. You know, there's a new state minister, the Ministry of Finance.
Yes.
We are hoping that, again, common sense will prevail. We have a very strong, intelligent group of dental surgeons. These women and men, they have qualified themselves. They want to serve Jamaica. And Jamaica, just like how the parliamentarians, the councillors, the permanent secretaries, and other high-level people in the public sector get some big fat money. The doctors then deserve to get some big fat money too.
Yes.
The 10% and what they are offering them don't make sense.
Right.
So these are the three outstanding issues, not water issues. Yeah. But these are the three outstanding issues.
Yeah. Are there some problems in the bauxite, the mining industry? Bauxite industry?
Because we are going back to the tribunal with that on the 23rd. We have finished our presentation. And we have indicated to the tribunal that the Russians are here only to mine bauxite, convert bauxite to aluminum, to put it on a ship and sell it to them relatives by the same company and the company that buys the aluminum when it is sent to Port Escobar. You see, they are relative.
Yes.
They are part of the UC Rusal aluminum conglomerate out of Russia.
Yes.
And what we know is that the price they sell it for, which is 14% of the London Metal Exchange prices, is not at arm's length. Because what the company is saying is that they're losing billions of dollars since they start operation in 2010. When I look at the figures, no company in this world is going to lose them money and continue in operation. But when you look further on the companies that own, you see where the same company in Jamaica that is losing billions is taking over the debt of a sister company in the group. Right? So, I don't know, the Minister of Finance has given them over $74 billion in tax waivers.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Million, dollars, US dollars we're talking about.
Yes, I know it's US dollars.
You know, and I don't think the Ministry of Finance did the proper due diligence before they take the decision. Since they have been operating in Jamaica, for example, the fuel, the bunker steep fuel that runs the bauxite plant, they pay no taxes on importation of those. You only drive a little jalopy, we have to pay taxes, don't we?
Yes, of course.
Yes, we have to pay taxes. And the Russian conglomerate, when you're getting all, Russia has more oil than it can manage.
Yes.
And they get oil from Russia or wherever, and they come into the country without any ad valorem tax. The little farmer down St. Elizabeth, for him to carry him dashing and him pumpkin and him little produce come to town, him have to buy the gas and him have to pay the tax.
Yes, and the taxes on gasoline, it drives a lot of costs, because that's why electricity bill is so high.
That is why electricity bill is so high.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have to ensure that the workers are...
That is why the permanent floor in the supermarket is so high.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have to ensure that the workers get something.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to do that.
So those are the issues.
Yes,
and, you know, one of the things that we don't like strikes and all them things, you know, because they are very disruptive.
Yes.
But don't blame me, because If we have to do what we have to do,
then we have to do it.
Play a cricket match and you want 6 runs to win, and the ball is in the slot, you're going to hit both of the ground.
Yes, you have to do that if you want to.
You have to do that.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
Yes.
Don't let the man catch you on the boundary.
No, you're out.
Yes.
Okay, want to thank you very much for your time and for keeping us up to date on what is happening.
Thank you for having us, sir.
Yes, sir.
And good afternoon to your listeners.
Yes, sir. That was Mr. Vincent Morrison, the president of UCASE, keeping us informed what is happening on the industrial scene. Yes. Let us go for a break. This is Rebel Radio.
just a come and me no want no botheration. Come me just a come me just a come and me no want no botheration. Come me just a come me sit down. Come me just a come. No want no botheration. Come me just a come me just a come and me no want no botheration. Jordan roll, Jordan roll. I want to go to heaven when I die, just to hear Jordan roll. Roll, Jordan roll. Roll, Jordan roll. I want to go to heaven when I die, just to hear River Jordan roll. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. One bright morning, when this life is over, I fly away home to her home on God's celestial shore. Fly away home. Fly away home to glory. Fly away home. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, fly away home. Fly away home to glory. Fly away home. When I die, glory, hallelujah, by and by, fly away home. Fly away home. I will fly fly away home. Jesus' love is so sweet, yeah. The more I trust him, the more I love him. There's nothing good for me here tonight. The longer I know him, the better I can show him. I couldn't stop no even if I tried. The more I trust him, the more I love him. There's nothing good for me here tonight. The longer I know him, the better I can show him. I couldn't stop no even if I tried. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the moments fly. This love is sweeter, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the moments fly. This love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. Oh, man, he saved me. His good grace he gave me. Places love deep down in my heart. Great joy and knowing with him I am going, and I live around for him to depart. Oh, man, he saved me. His good grace he gave me. Places love deep down in my heart. Great joy and knowing with him I am going, and I live around for him to depart. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, 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 sweeter as the moments fly. This love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the moments fly. This love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. The more I trust him, the more I love him. There's nothing good for me here tonight. The longer I know him, the better I can show him. I couldn't stop no even if I tried. The more I trust him, the more I love him. There's nothing good for me here tonight. The longer I know him, the better I can show him. I couldn't stop no even if I tried. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, 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 sweeter as the moments fly. This love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. Yeah. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the days go by. He gets sweeter, sweeter, sweeter as the moments fly. This love is richer, deeper, fuller, sweeter. This love is richer, sweeter than the days go by. there's no power on earth to separate me from your love, my Jesus. Nothing will be able to turn me away from you. I love you, Father. Anyhow, the afflictions of the righteous, the hearts of men getting more and more vicious. Brutality is on the increase. Tell me, when the love of God sees no power on earth to separate me from your love, my Jesus, nothing will be able to turn me away from you. I love you, Father. This level of crime, only love can eradicate. We must demand justice from the church and the state, and confess to God all our evil ways, and He will give us so much better days when we show love to each and every brother. Love will return to protect mother, daughter, sister. Let's hope in our heart to those who are in need, who never receive love. Come, let's sow some seed. No power on earth to separate me from your love, my Jesus. Nothing will be able to turn me away from you. I love you, Heavenly Father. No power on earth to separate me from you. I love you, my Jesus. Nothing will be able to turn me away from you. No power on earth to separate me from you. No power, no, oh no, nothing will be able to turn me away from you. No, 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 so far away. Student hold, rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross with the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. Oh Lord, so I cherish the old rugged cross. Hold on till my trophy on the hurt I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross. Oh, now, and exchange it someday for a crown. Oh, now, on the whole rugged cross. So despised by the world, That's a wondrous attraction to me. For the dear Lamb of God left His glory above to be to die Calvary. So I cherish the whole rugged cross. He healed my trophies on the hurt and the down. I will cling to the whole rugged cross, and exchange it someday for a crown. And exchange it someday for a crown. So I cling to the old rugged cross, and exchange it someday for a crown. I will cling, yes, I cling to the whole rugged cross, and exchange it someday for a crown. Yes, I cherish and really cherish the whole rugged cross, and exchange it someday for a crown. Thank you. Back in the day, it's still God in the night. Life is easy when you're on top of the mountain.
Yes, we have reached that time of the day when we have to close down. So I would like to say thanks to all my listeners and viewers today. Thanks to my technical operator, Kevin. And as usual, I want you to stay safe and healthy. Try and keep away from the gunmen and the terrorists who are abroad in our country. Yes. as we speak there, I was saying that there was no bomb threat today, but yes, there is a bomb threat in the New Kingston area. Yes. So stay safe until Friday. This is Rebel Radio and I am Desmond Richards.
Everybody sail at new budget supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form line, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipe fittings, toilets, tubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insect and out. Up to 20% off selected items. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
It's always saving season at Tools Hardware and Supplies. New arrivals are here with variety and prices you love.
We have the best in porcelain and ceramic tiles,
windows, doors, and much more.
So what are you waiting for?
When you think of tiles, think Tools. The one-stop for all your home finishes.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road,